If you want to be seen as a game changer and have a lasting impact on yourself and your industry, then you want to do the Turbocharge Your Career 5-Day Challenge. How do you do that? I'm going to tell you right now. Hi, I'm Dave Crane. Welcome back. If you're already part of our community, then it's great to see you again. I'm going to brief you and tell you all the latest things that are coming up in the upcoming 5-day challenge. If you have no idea who I am, it's your very first experience of coming across and seeing who I am. I've been around for a little while. I created the 5-day challenge. Actually, it's a 30-day challenge to create a community that can help people to grow. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, but I hope you'll be as excited as I am by what's coming up for this particular month. We've got the Turbocharge Your Career 5-day challenge, and also I'll tell you about it in a moment, what it's all about. But first of all, if you're wondering how to connect, very simple. If you're watching this on social media, hold up your phone and get the QR code and just click on it when you get that yellow bouncing brick, and that should take you directly to the WhatsApp group. And then if you're not a serial killer or a psychopath, I'll let you in, which is cool. And then you can participate. But I do lock it down and mute it until we actually start the participation. Why is that? Because otherwise people spam. Would you like some crypto? Does anybody know an investor? Or all that other stuff. I stop it. This is focus. And that's where it has to work really well for you, and it has done so far. Last month, we did a challenge, which was how to do business storytelling. And I know from talking to people just how much impact it had on their repositioning and also their marketing for their business. So with that, that's a QR code that you need to have. If you're wondering how to join us, then I'll tell you about that and what's coming up. And of course, thank you for upgrading in anticipation of you joining us in this group, because it will change your life and really make a big impact on your marketing and your positioning in your industry. So what are we covering this time? How to be a game changer. What's a game changer, Dave? Well, as it says on the tin, changing the game. Does that make sense? Good. Okay. So when you change a game, people look at you differently. Let me show you exactly what that means. Now, this is a taster. It's not the full thing. If you want to join the Game Changers officially, then we have the full videos, all the training and the community and everything waiting for you. This is a taster of what you need to be thinking about when you do change the game. It's only in 5 days, but it can have a huge impact in that. So let's get straight into it. What are the benefits of being a game changer? But let's start with this. Increased visibility. Your high-level exposure as a top thought leader in your industry means that people will see you and want to connect with you as a direct result of saying, actually, this person probably knows what they're talking about. Next up, number 2, impactful influence. Your influence is really strong because you can leverage your status to then shape industry trends. Think about all the big hitters that you know in your industry. When they say something, the companies around them say, actually, that's a really good idea, and things shift. Now, if you're at the bottom of the food chain, you've got to go where everyone goes. And it can be really frustrating sometimes because you can see it going in the wrong direction. But when you're really well recognized and you position yourself as a game changer, people then ask you, and you can shape it in the way that you want your business to be. As a subject matter expert, then you also gain credibility and command respect because people see you as a top authority, because that's why they want to know what you're up to and what you're going to do next, because you know the subject so well. Also, networking opportunities go so much higher because the movers and shakers in your industry want you to be part of their gang. They want you to be part of what's going on, and they also connect you with all the big hitters that you need to know. So you get new partnerships and collaborations and opportunities to get more business to run for you as well. Boosted revenue, always good. More money. Anybody else like money? Good. Okay. So you monetize your new expertise through lots of different ways. You can do it through speaking, consulting, coaching, and also producing content like books or courses and all the rest of that stuff. People love it and they connect with you. And also, the great thing is when you digitize these things, then you don't have to be there. You're not selling your time. You do it once and then it sells and sells and sells. Apart from speaking, which is a completely different business model, and consulting, but you get paid very handsomely because you are an expert and they know that your time is precious and they value it much more than they would do if you're just a normal coach or a normal consultant. Next up, this, inspiring others. When you inspire others, you make a difference. And sometimes that's a really important thing to help you sleep at night. You set an example, people follow it, and they strive for greatness as a direct result of what you share. Now, you leave a trail of breadcrumbs that people follow, and with that, they also want to follow in your footsteps, and they share and they gather fans and followers who want to be a part of your community too. Next up, number 7, legacy creation. Now, it depends on where you want to be in your life and in your career, but leaving a lasting impact in your industry can outlive your career, can also outlive your life, but I'm talking about just a career at the moment in time. You don't know, but I've mentioned it before in a couple of podcasts. I've been in Dubai for about 30 years. When I first arrived, I brought in with me an idea for an all-you-can-eat and drink concept because I was working in an event that we used to do on a Wednesday back in the northeast of England, where it was £25, I think it was, all you can eat and drink, and I was the entertainer for the evening. So I went to run a sports bar in Dubai, and I said, why don't we bring that back? And we called it the 100 Club. 100 dirhams, all you can eat and drink, which is just a ridiculous price. At the time it was, 25 odd years, 30 years ago. Now it'd just be incredible. But what happened was, the industry said it can't be done. It's ridiculous. It's never going to work. People want value. They don't want, too much to drink, too much to eat. I think they do. And also, it's got to be super quality. You're a 5-star hotel. No, we don't need that. And what happened was, we had a capacity for about 250 people. We were packed every time we did it. And so we'd have a queue of about 400 people waiting to get in. We could only let certain people in. And when people left, we'd let other people in, but nobody left. So if you arrived late, it was tough. People would jump out of their taxis and run to get in early to make sure they enjoy this evening. Now, when we said we invented it and created it, it made a huge impact. So now, anywhere you go in the region in the Middle East, you can find all you can eat and drink concepts for brunches, for special evenings, for parties. Now, I created that. I introduced it. Does that make me a game changer? Yes, it does. Do I get paid handsomely by commission on every time I do it? No, it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. I know. So even when you leave and go to a new industry, you can leave behind a legacy that makes a big impact, and there's nothing wrong with that. Number 8 is professional growth. The more you grow, the more that you develop and drive your own business and your personal development. So as a game changer, then you're also helping other people to do it as well as yourself. Number 9, unique branding. Your branding, because it stands out bigger and better than almost anybody else, means that you can be seen as different and also more useful than your competitors. People can see why they should hire you, why they should pay more money for your services, because they know the difference that you make to who you are and what it is that you do. Also, when you consider that, you should consider number 10, which is increased trust. People need to trust you before they buy from you. And when they do buy from you, they say that's because you're the best at providing something very special. It's really important you have that positioning in your industry. If you don't have that, then people don't know. And the more that status grows who you are, it leads to bigger opportunities and better business growth, and people want to be associated with you. That's why it's so important to be seen as a game changer in your industry as well. Okay, so why am I doing this? Good question. Dave, you've got other things you could be doing. Well, it's actually more to it than that. Yes, I do have more I could be doing, but I also want to be able to help you to grow to a point where you can make a big difference as well. So when you grow and you become better at what you do, that also means that I can grow in my business and concentrate more on different ways to help you be positioned as what you do as well. Why does that mean? Well, simply because it matters. Nobody else does this. Hardly anybody in my entire career took me to one side and said, Dave, I want to help you grow. Why? Because they're too busy doing their own thing. I don't believe in that. I believe what comes around goes around. After the pandemic left me stranded with no income and nobody to talk to for about 2 years, I realized that there were other people like that, and I would never allow that to happen to anybody else again. That's why I do what I do. That's how I created the Industry Icon program, the Game Changers community, and also the Turbocharge Your Career 5-day challenge. It matters to me, and I hope it matters to you as well. So how does this work? There's a schedule of 5 days, 5 exercises, 1 per day, and then we have a live webinar at the end of it. Details and dates of that to be announced to the people that are inside the group. You've got to be in it to win it. I don't advertise for anybody outside to do it because they haven't put the time in and they don't deserve to be part of that group. You've got to step up. So why does that matter? Why is being a game changer so important? Because of society values one thing above all else. Every society, it doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in the world, go back over hundreds of years, all nationalities, all religions, all colors, all creeds. What is that? Status. It's a status game. Everything is a status game. Ultimately, if you have dominance in how well you do it, success, in the evidence on how good you are, and virtue in the fact you stick to certain laws and you do it a certain way and other people can learn from that. They see you as the very best in your industry. That's why it's so important. So what does that mean for me? Why should I be telling around and saying, Dave, you can follow me? Well, very simply, I've been doing this for 30 plus years. That's me working with King Charles with the Prince's Trust. At the time, he was just Prince Charles. And as you can see, I looked like an ickle boy in those days, but still doing enough stuff to help long-term unemployed, ex-offenders, people looking for work, and people trying to rehabilitate and relaunch themselves after a long term of not being able to do anything. I helped them, and I got that commendation there from Prince Charles about the work I was doing. So I've got some experience of doing that. Here's me working in sports with the Rugby Sevens World Cup, getting a message about the difference my team made and what success we made of it. Thank you very much to Jim Fitzsimons, who's tournament manager for the Rugby World Cup. And also Emirates Airlines, Gary Chapman, tell me about. I've worked with them for about 20 years, hosting Dubai Emirates Airline Rugby 7. In fact, I talk about it. I don't think I've shown you what it's like to do that gig. Have a quick look. This is Rugby Sevens.
Let's make the biggest sing-along of all time. And you know what we're going to do? This. Bohemian Rhapsody, everybody. Will you let me go?
I won't show you anymore, but you get the general idea of working that. That's why the credentials come in, and that's where Gary Chapman sent me that message. I did that for 20 years, Dubai Rugby Sevens, including World Cups and so on like that. In fact, when you look at it, I worked with lots of different companies over the years as a motivational speaker, as a trainer, as a coach, hosting their events and doing just incredible stuff. So being a game changer really matters, and many people have done it, but they don't realize they're doing it because they haven't built a brand around it. They're not speaking about it, and they don't know what it is that they're actually going to change. You might find that you're in a position that's like that. You might say, well, I'd love to be a game changer, but I don't really know where to start. You will do once you've been in our 5-day challenge. So game changers live outside of their comfort zone. Here's some famous game changers that I've worked with. When you think about what it is that they did to their market and how it all altered as a direct result, you've got this here, James Brown. Then you've got people like Bruce Willis of Planet Hollywood. I was opening Planet Hollywood with them. That's me at the Rugby Sevens, overcoming my own imposter syndrome. Yes, I had that as well. And then hosting the Cricket World Cup. Now, if you're thinking, what's the big thing about the Cricket World Cup, Dave? Why is that so special? Because I don't know anything about cricket. I still did it anyway, just to prove it could be done. You could really put it out there and run a global event with millions of people watching and learn as you jump and grow wings on the way down. So if you're worried about how do I do this, Dave, maybe I'm not good enough. I wasn't good enough for that. Still managed to host it though. Moving on to other things as well, game changers. This is me with the community of speakers, teaching them how to do it. And that's with a team I was running for the Rugby Sevens for many years. And then opening up when I'd had my hypnosis stuff, working with some big names there. You might notice Hrithik Roshan and Simi Garewal, for those of you who enjoy Bollywood and Indian TV. And that's the sports. I actually ran that radio station in the bottom right corner for a period of time. I was open for about 5 years. That's Channel 4 FM. You can see the team there. Very exciting times as well. doing big events around the world and getting an opportunity to work with so many big stars as Jack Canfield, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Marshall Goldsmith. Got to see them, got to work them, got to support them, got to promote them. These are game changers who have changed their game massively. Just Google them. And every single one of them has got a Wikipedia page that is to die for. Same as these guys here, John Mattone, who's Steve Jobs' coach, who created Apple. Gary Vee doesn't need any kind of explanation. Padman, the guy who created about 100 million jobs in the sanitary towel industry. Google Padman, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. You can see him there. And also, as we mentioned, is Ty Lopez, very famous guy. Vishen Lakhiani, you'll know from Mind Valley. Raymond Darren, one of the best coaches I've ever seen. And Grant Cardone, the 10X guy, who's multi-billionaire, very successful. So these are all people who've really changed their game. They've done things differently to everybody else. And that's why it's so important to be seen as a game changer. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, Dave, I'm into the idea, I like the concept, but what does game changing really mean for me? Why should I consider joining your 5-day challenge? Why should I also consider joining your community? Well, I'm going to share with you exactly why it's so important you do join that community, because once you get it right, it'll change your life as well. If you're a decision maker looking for a community of high achievers who will lift you to greater success, join the Game Changers. Every business owner knows learning curves are tough. Growing on your own runs a risk of running out of time, energy, or money. And without the experience, help, or advice of experts you can trust, everything can take twice as long, cost twice as much, and crash long before you're able to turn a profit. My name's Dave Crane. Google me. I've worked on some of the world's biggest stages, hosted events for the world's most famous brands, and trained CEOs, politicians, and celebrities to be able to speak on stage. And the one thing I noticed amongst all these different events is there's no sense of community. And that's why we created the Game Changers. Imagine a global community of connected, successful decision makers, high achievers, and thought leaders who are committed to caring about helping you. Our community motivates, inspires, educates, and takes you and your business up to a whole new level every single day. We help you grow your brand, speak on international stages, and be seen as an expert by the rest of your industry. Imagine that feeling of happiness and achievements you enjoy every day because you know that the Game Changers has become your own personal brain trust and board of directors. You become an industry icon. Here's what you do next. Go to www.speakonstage.com and join the Game Changers. Together, let's build your legacy. Welcome to the Game Changers. So that's all about the Game Changers. The next course starts very soon indeed. Don't miss it because I don't backtrack. If you arrive halfway through when you find this video and say, oh, well, I was a bit busy, well, I don't care. The people who are here did work their way through. Here is the QR code once again for you to be able to then check and just join our WhatsApp group. It's really important you do. And here's a few housekeeping rules for anybody who wants to join us. First of all is this. Engage actively. Make sure that you do to participate. You don't have to do it. I'm not forcing you to do anything at all, but you'll get more out of it by discussing and challenging and also participating, talking to other people. When you do, then respect everybody. Everybody's different. People have got different religious, different ideas about politics. We don't go anywhere near that. I don't want you to bring it to the team, to the group, to the community. Just participate and be kind and respect everybody as we go. Next up, confidentiality. What happens in the group stays in the group. I'd be really upset to find that somebody was going off and sharing it elsewhere because, to be honest with you, anybody who doesn't join the group doesn't deserve to have access to it. And so I like to make sure that everybody in there has a sense of trust and a sense of feeling that we're all there to help you. Next up, number 4, don't spam. Refrain from posting any irrelevant content. One thing I can promise you is if you start spamming in that group, I'll just kick you out. You don't get back in. We've had a couple of people who have done that. Follow my instructions. I will get a chance for you to connect with everybody with your LinkedIn profile. Make sure already your LinkedIn profile is worth looking at. That's how you do it. That's what we're going to ask you to share within the first couple of days of being connected. After that, it's down to work. Stay committed, stay into the challenge all the way through. Do not worry about the fact that you might be a little stuck on something. Lots of other people are as well, but keep going. Have that grit because it gives you maximum amount of benefits as a direct result. No trolling, no bullying, no disrespect, no bad behavior. I don't tolerate it. You just go. Active listening when other people are sharing, pay attention, be respectful. You might not have anything to contribute, but they will really appreciate the fact that you are sharing with them a certain experience. You don't have to comment, but if you do comment, make it a positive one that they can actually appreciate too. Focus on growth. Don't focus on lack. Don't focus on negativity. This is about what you do to move forward, what happens next. Be positive and think about your mindset as being a growth one. Number nine, learn and share. Everything that comes into your life might be of use to other people in the group. Ask me questions if you're not sure. I will answer everything and I'll share knowledge that I've learned from all the many people I've done business with and I've learned from, and people have mentored me and I've mentored as well. And I expect you to do the same too. Or just watch and enjoy the experience. Life is too short. I don't know how long I'll be running these groups or these communities, but right now it's here. So just enjoy, support it, and have fun. So, things to do after every single exercise. First of all, reflect on it. Ponder on how these insights relate to you. And you don't have to write it all down, but you do have to internalize it. It's very powerful. Apply. Put these things into work. If you want to be a game changer and you want to make that difference, then start doing it. Put it into your brand, put it into your speaking, put it into your positioning and your market. Integrate it, blend it in with your current strategies and business for you personally and your company as well. Experiment, test it, see what works. Something might not fit for you, but it does what fit for me, and vice versa. Or somebody might suggest something, you give it a go, and it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it doesn't always work. It's just in this context, maybe it needs a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of changing, but that's part of the game. Discuss. If you need access to a mentor or a peer, here I am. I'm happy to share with you and talk to you and help you grow into where you need to be. But you also have some amazing people in that group. Use the entire community as a peer, as a mentor, and let people crowdsource the things you need to know. Iterate, define, and refine your approach based on the feedback that you get. Once you hear it, that it might not resonate with you, but people aren't saying it to be horrible. They're saying it because you might have missed a trick or an idea or a concept. So take it on board. You never know, it might help. So with these things, it's really important to consider how you can implement them as well. Use the insights in real world situations, because if you don't put them into practice, you'll forget about them. And the whole point is, if you don't do something about it, you might as well not have bothered attending. Don't say you have to do it, but really it's about implementation and taking action and making things happen and learn. Observe your results, gain knowledge, and let me know how well you've done. I love to be able to share with other people incredible stories of success. I won't tell them the exact results of what you did because I accept your confidentiality, but it's nice to know that it is working. And it also lets me know that what I'm doing is working for you as well, because it's all about growth. Use your insights to advance your brand, your personal brand, your business brand, and your speaking career. They give you loads of things to talk about on social media as well as in person or on stages or when you're in an online conference. And seek help. I run a number of different ways for you to be able to be mentored or coached or trained, and have communities that you could be part of. Paid communities, but ones that are really super effective. The WhatsApp group is for free, but that's not where you really want to be. You want to be somewhere where you've got accountability to yourself and to somebody else. There's a thing. If you do it for free, then there's no guarantee you're going to take charge of it. If you're paying for it, you'll make it happen. Why? Because you've invested in yourself. That's the whole point. So my phrase is jump and grow wings on the way down. That's how I live my life. And that's how I want you to live your life as well. So make sure you do participate in whatever capacity you can have. When I give a survey, at least join in with that. If you've got thoughts, then at least let me know that you're joining in by giving a like or a love or some kind of comment or share, so I know that this is working for you. So once again, it's 5 days of exercises plus a live webinar which you're invited to, and it's all about how to be a game changer. You're invited. So come and join us. If you want more, check out my podcasts. They're everywhere. Speak on Stage with me, Dave Crane, on Spotify, on Apple, and everywhere else. Got any comments? Got any thoughts or any questions? Feel free to leave them where you're watching this particular video, or even in the WhatsApp group when I open it. Start by asking questions. I feel free. I love to hear what your thoughts are, but trust in the process. I've been doing this for a very long time with some really big hitters and got some incredible results. Most of the people I work with have seen 6 or 7 figure growth as a direct result of working with me. That could be you as well. I'm not saying it's going to happen from a free experience because that's not as concentrated, and it's not me working on you in particular. It's me working on the group. But certainly the results will come. You just have to be able to apply yourself and keep moving forward. And you can book a consultation session with me directly when you're in the group. Okay, if you want to know more about how to work my programs and get those insights into being much better at what you do, then I will open it up to you during that group, and it will be free for you to come and join me and ask about how I can help you to be even bigger and better as what you do. So let's do it. I'm very excited. I hope you are as well. This is your chance to really position yourself as being the best that you can be in your industry. The game changers are waiting for you to come and join us. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to have a chat with you and find out just how much difference we've made to you in the time that we've been together. So with that being said, I'm going to put this to a very quiet end. I look forward to catching up with you soon. I'll see you in the group. You could be an industry icon. You could be changing everything. And I look forward to being part of that journey with you. Catch up with you soon in the Turbocharge Your Career 5-Day Challenge. See you then.